And that whole part there, he really starts accentuating notes, like being a little smoother with it, and he just got out of a whole. And this is where he does it really soft. Just picks softer and everything. Anyway, that little thing that he does in that legato thing, it's that was messy as all hell. But the cool part is that shifting of the fingers again. He could have just played this whole thing, but he does this. And you could hear that shifting, that sliding. It's that slick little thing that just adds to, because anybody plays this legato thing. But once you add, you just get that little wishy-washy kind of thing going on. It's just another cool thing that he does. And that's pretty much it, actually. I mean, the whole thing you should learn if you're interested in it, or download the transcription. It's just it's his subtleties in these kind of things. The subtleties kind of make the whole thing. So I hope you enjoyed that. And again, don't forget to check out guitarbreakdown.com. We've got a lot of cool things coming up, and I look forward to seeing your comments and stuff. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks. Hey guys, so I just wanted to touch on a real quick extra little topic on this. I think I touched on a little on this Prowlin video, but I basically was asked to transcribe this for one of my students, and after I showed it to him about a week and a half or so, they got back and they had it down, and it was awesome. They did a great job with it, but they were missing out on some of the little subtleties. And I think I've talked about it in this video, and I talk about it on most of my videos. The little vibratos, the little dynamics in the picking or the muting and all that kind of stuff. So I just want to show a few sections that my student was having troubles with, or he just kind of overlooked the actual subtleties of it. So in the second and third measure, I actually wrote this stuff down, the notes down. So the second and third measure, when he does that, when he's walking up those arpeggios with the chromatic passing tones and stuff, when he does that, there's a lot of dynamic shifts going on in there. He starts out with, he kind of targets that note, and he builds up to that slightly, so he's getting louder. And then right there he gets quieter. Then he targets that note. And he's quiet again on the downstroke of that arpeggio. And he targets that note. So it's kind of all over. I'll exaggerate it a little. So you can hear those dynamic shifts, and of course you don't have to do it that exaggerated, but it just makes a huge difference in the playing, because if you don't do that kind of stuff, everything starts sounding very stale. And it's actually something that we have on like certain instruments, like piano players. Piano players, they can play a note and they can play different levels of that note, but they can never, guitar has all these little subtleties with the way you pick, the way you mute the string, the way you, add vibrato to a note. There's just a lot of things guitar can do that some other instruments can't do. So you should kind of take advantage of that, like sliding into notes instead of just playing, that little sliding shift. Again, a piano player kind of can't do that, and it's what kind of makes the guitar stand out. on its own a little bit. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So the measure 6, when he does that run where he's actually going, when he does that run, he's very dynamic there too. He starts out soft. So the very beginning is just very soft. Not extremely soft, but it's softer than the rest of the phrase. He's getting louder, and then he starts getting softer again. And then in these notes, he picks up the how loud he plays. I forget where he goes. And that last note he plucks pretty hard, so. And then measure 11, the 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, okay. That's the legato section where he starts sliding around notes and stuff. So he does, so right there he's like, in fact he hits that pretty hard. Then he lets the note kind of die out. And there, you know, the beginning of it is very soft. He's and then he just gets louder at that last note. And then the last section, the last measure, he actually does this thing where it's really staccato. So it's I'm sorry. And that whole part is very much, he plays the note, but he's only holding it for a second. That was extremely exaggerated, but you get the point. So it's so that's the just little extra kind of things my student, and then actually once he played it again, thinking about that, it sounded like 50 times better. It's just 100 times better maybe. But those things are all really important, and the more you think about them, the more they become second nature, and it'll just help your playing immensely. So again, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time.